What's going on, guys? It's me, Dreamliner Fan 2016 here, and today we have the GeminiJets July/August 2022 releases for you guys. I hope you guys are excited, and let's see what GeminiJets has to release by this month and next month. So, yeah, let's get started. So, before we begin, of course, let's check out the future releases. So, we have some future releases that have been out. Most notably, the Icelandair Boeing 737 MAX 8 in the newer colors, and probably the CRJ900. So as I pull up archive.org, we also have like the Lufthansa 787-9, both in 1-200 and 1-400 out of this future release set. So I'm assuming this model will be in this release set, of course. Well, actually, it just shows the 1-200. The 1-200 still stays, but the 1-400 is gonna be in this release set. So yeah, so of course here's the Icelandair 737 MAX 8 in the newer colors. It's not there, as you can see. And what else? I think the Qantas... Yeah, the Qantas A380 is also out of this release set, the 1-200 counterpart. So that's also gonna be in that release set too. Other than that, I think we should be good. There's no like United 757, Flagship Valor, or the Orca livery out of this release set, so I'm assuming those are not going to be in the release set, but regardless enough, I'm really interested on what GeminiJets has to offer for the next couple of months, so I'm pretty much excited for that. So let's jump right in. So let me just click that. So before we see the July/August releases, let's check out on what happened last. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's so close. I don't want to scroll too fast, but let's check out what happened on last month's June. And so far, everything is still in stock, as you can see. So yeah, nothing is out of stock as of yet. The American 777-300ER flap slats and extended version is quite interesting. The color, just give it a while to load. I'm not sure what I have to say about the color, but I could assume like GeminiJet still hasn't improved on like the American Airlines colors on their heavies and wide and main lines, so they pretty much nailed perfectly on the regionals, which I don't get why, but regardless, that's that. And here's the Emirates 777-300ER, also in flaps extended version, flaps down version. And once again, I would rather wait for NG models. The JC wing is also good, but yeah. And of course, here is the United 737-700 with split schematars in 1-400. And this is actually the first ever GeminiJets 1-400 scale 737-700 with splits. Just give it a while to load. I know it's gonna like take a while for that thing to load, but yeah. So we have that. It's gonna like give it a while to load. I don't know why though, but probably I'm like in some kind of like area where like connection isn't all that great. But yeah, so as for the Lockheed Super Hercules, nothing has been like sold out for that model, and of course we still have like to be announced prices for like the Aer Lingus ATR 700. What else? And I think that's also counts for the L188 Electra for American. So I don't know why. And of course, here's the Boeing 747-400 KLM Cargo Papa Hotel Charlie Kilo Charlie. And this is $200.95. This was an additional release from the June releases, so probably GeminiJets didn't have time to place that in, and they decided to place that in another time. So yeah. Other than that, the June releases are about okay. There isn't that much for the American collectors. And of course, if you miss out on the NG 737-700, you can get the Gemini one, of course. Alright, so with that being said, here we are. The GeminiJets 1-400 scale July-August release set. So, I'm hoping for something good, especially for that one model I'm just dreaming to be in a release set for. Oh please, GeminiJets, that has got to be in this release set or later. But oh my god, I better have that in the release set at some point. And yeah, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go over the GeminiJets July/August 2022 releases. So, where do we begin? In the 1-400 section. Let's start off with, there it is, the Icelandair Boeing 737 MAX 8. And this aircraft is registered Tango Foxtrot India Charlie Echo, which is ICE, which actually shows the actual model itself. So I'm quite surprised on how this comes here. So at first glance, I thought there was going to be like a CGI printed image of the aircraft, but no, they decided to do a model. So this is actually the model. This is what the model looks like. So overall, this is pretty nice. This is a pretty nice addition to like many Iceland collectors. I think they did a good job on like the blue. I think it might be a little too bright, but I think that's Photoshop. If I were to have the model itself, then that would have been like, it would have been a little darker. But yeah, I think that's because of Photoshop. But regardless, this is what it looks like. And yeah, this is actually the first ever Icelandair aircraft to be painted in its newer livery. And I know it is Euro white, but it really does provide a very nice uniqueness to the livery, because like, you got like different colors. Like this one is light blue. There's also magenta or pink, yellow, darker blue, green. Yeah, there's some other colors. So I kind of like what Iceland did with their newer livery. And once again, even though it's Euro white, I think this is a good livery. So yeah. So the price for this model is $15.95. And yeah. Alright, next up on our list we have the Lufthansa Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner. Now NG did this as part of their June releases, so I can see GeminiJets competing with NG for this one, and they still offer like the actual model itself. And I think that's gotta be in the older 787. I can just look at it, because like there's no like flaps down configuration of this model, so I'm assuming this can be in their older model, which I would say I'm okay with the older 787 mold by Gemini. I do have a United 787-9 in my collection. Yeah. So registration of this aircraft is Delta Alpha Bravo Papa Alpha, which once again, this is the exact aircraft right here. I did see it at Painfield, and I did talk about this in my NG models release set for the June releases, and I did talk about seeing this aircraft at Painfield. So honestly, it was pretty nice to see the first ever Lufthansa 787-9 when I was in Seattle. Just amazing. And the price for this model is $16.95. Still a big price, but what can you do about it? Alright, so next up. Okay, so now we have the flaps down configuration. So I was pretty much wrong on this one, because I thought it was going to be the older 787 mold, but nope. This is actually going to be in the JC Wings mold. So really happy for GeminiJets to release this model in the JC Wings mold, and it's pretty much better than their older Gemini mold. I would love to get one, but I may have to wait. Who knows? I may go for that Turkish Airlines one, but regardless, really nice. And the price for this one is $64.95. Pretty much the same price as what all the heavies are. And yeah. Alright, next up on our list, we have the we have the Lufthansa CRJ 900. So, yeah, of course, like the CRJ 900, Lufthansa City Line CRJ 900, and there she is, looking pretty, of course. And yeah, so I'm assuming this can have the separate main gears and perfectly leveled horizontal stabilizers. Just like what they had for the Delta, not Delta, I keep saying Delta. I'm still referring to that Delta E175, which I haven't seen in this release set, which is quite unfortunate. But yeah, so registration of that aircraft is Delta Alpha Charlie November Delta, and the price for this one is $46.95. So yeah, there is that Lufthansa City Line CRJ 900. Yeah, it's gonna be like the Air Canada CRJ 900, where they have the space main gear and perfectly level horizontal stabilizers. So perfect for you all German collectors if you want to get like a regional Lufthansa aircraft in your collection. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna fill in for a voiceover real fast. As you can look closely to the image, there are antennas that are installed onto the model, so great job GeminiJets for adding antennas onto their regional jets. I'm excited for the CRJ series and the E175 as well. So once again, great job GeminiJets for that. So yeah, that's that. Next up we have the Qantas Link Embraer 190AR. And just give it a while to load. There she is. And the registration of this aircraft is Victor Hotel Uniform Zulu Delta. And the price for this one is $46.95. So yeah, there's that aircraft for you. I do have the Breeze E195, and the wing flex isn't all that bad. And since they're making like a E190, I'm hoping there can be like a Breeze Embraer E190 as well. So yeah, that's that. Next up, we do have the United. Ooh! Alright, okay, this is pretty cool. This is pretty interesting, but we do have a United Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 in the Being United sticker, which I think that's it. Yeah, there it is, Being United. This is like a livery design, and the registration of this aircraft is November 27261, and the price is $15.95. Which I gotta say, this is actually a pretty cool livery, and of course, like some rocket ship engines, of course, but overall, it's a good MAX mold, regardless, and can't wait to get my hands on this one. And of course, I did talk about this, but United has been sending their 737 MAX 8s to Sacramento around 10 o'clock from Houston IAH, Houston Intercontinental, so I would love to get a United MAX model at some point. So, whether it be like the MAX 9 or MAX 8, I gotta get like a United MAX model at some point in the future. But overall, this is pretty cool. The Being United model, that's pretty nice. And I think that's it. Oop, never mind, we do have a UPS Boeing 747-400F. And this has like the interactive series available into it. And just give it a while, and there she is. So yeah, this is an interactive series aircraft. As you see here. So yeah, so the price is $16.95, and the registration is November 580 Uniform Papa. Alrighty, so I think that should be it. Yep, that's it for the 1-400 releases. So overall, the 1-400 releases, how do I even word the 1-400 releases? They're mainly all like the 1-400 releases for this month and August are all European stuff. So not a lot of American stuff, rather than that United 737 MAX 8 Being United, which I would say it's for me as like collecting American airline registrations, well, American models. This is pretty okay for me, so at least I get one model, so I don't have to like spend all that much money to like buy some models, of course, but I'm okay with, it's a, how would I word it? It's a medium rating release for me. So, yeah, once again, I may consider buying that Boeing 737 MAX 8 in the Being United livery. And yeah, really nice to have that model into my collection soon. And yeah, so I think we should be, there we go, we had the 1-400 Gemini Max releases, so let's see what we got for the Gemini Max models. Ooh, here we go. Alright, so I think this is the debut of a brand new mold, but we do have a Lockheed C5M Super Galaxy. Wait, I'm not sure if this is a new mold. Oh wait, actually, never mind, scratch that. This is not a new mold for GeminiJets. This is an older mold. They did make like the C5 Galaxy before. I'm referring to the Super Galaxy. So here's that aircraft for you. This is from the US Air Force, and this is Westover Air Force Base. And the registration is 8870037, and the price is $67.95. So there's that Super Galaxy for you. And yeah, that's a beautiful model, I gotta tell you guys. Pretty nice. Alright, so now we're gonna like see if there's any more Gemini Maxes. I'm assuming there's gonna be less Gemini Maxes since I think there's only one. Actually, we do have another one. This is a Boeing KC-135 RT Stratotanker in the McConnell Air Force Base. So just give it a while to load. And there she is. Looking pretty. I saw this aircraft at Sacramento the other day. Well, technically not the other day, a few weeks ago. And I'll just put a text on the screen on which Air Force base was it at, because I don't remember on which aircraft was this located at. But yeah, so here's the KC-135 Stratotanker, and the price is $54.95, and the registration is $64.35.34. So yeah, that's that. And that's it for all of the Gemini Max releases. So overall, this is a pretty decent military set, and nice to have some Air Forces around. Alright, so now we get into the 1-200 GeminiJets releases. So with that being said, let's see what GeminiJets has to offer in the 1-200 sector. Alright, so here we go. Let's start off with our first aircraft, and that is a Ameristar McDonnell Douglas DC-9. How about that? That is pretty cool. Ooh, look at that. This is a DC-9 15RC, so this is what it looks like. And the registration of this aircraft is November 784 Tango Whiskey, and the price is $85.95. So yeah, there's that. Quite surprised on how they're now doing some like stock photos instead of having a computer-generated image of the aircraft in their releases like what they do all the time. But regardless, here's that for you, and pretty nice. Alright, next up in our release is ooh, yes! So here we have the Breeze Airways Airbus A220-300, and wow, this is a pretty nice model, I gotta say. And I'm assuming the Airbus A220 would look pretty nice on this mold. Like, I'm referring to like the A220 and 1-200. It would look nice with this livery. And of course, the registration of this aircraft is November 230 Bravo Zulu, and the price is $98.95. So I think that's a little too much for a mainline aircraft like the A220, but regardless, what can you do? It's GeminiJets. So next up we have, it's a Canadian Pacific Airlines Boeing 727-200, and this registration of this aircraft is Charlie Golf Charlie Papa Bravo. It's kind of like hard. Sometimes it is hard to read these international registrations. But yeah, ooh, I actually like the chrome on this model right here. Looking pretty nice. So the price for this model is $104.95. That's too much money. But yeah. Overall, the color looks pretty interesting. I never heard of Canadian Pacific before, nor I never seen this livery. But yeah, it is a pretty nice retro model for you retro collectors who want to get 1-200 models. Alrighty, so next up we have, okay, so now we have an Emirates Sky Cargo Boeing 777F, and of course, what can you do? GeminiJets likes to release these Emirates releases, of course, but yeah, what can you do about it? Who knows? So yeah, here is the Emirates 777 Sky Cargo aircraft, and the registration of this aircraft is Alpha 6 Echo Foxtrot Mike. Okay, now I don't know if this registration sounds familiar to me, because I remember seeing a test registration aircraft of an Emirates 777F. I'm not sure if this is the exact registration right here. Of course, this is an interactive series, and the price is $159.95. But I better make sure if this is the aircraft that I saw at Painfield, then that is shocking. Okay, so it was Alpha 6 Echo Foxtrot Tango. So that's not the exact registration I saw, but overall, this is a pretty nice model for you for your Emirates collection, if either of you collects Emirates, but regardless, pretty interesting. Alright, so let's see where we move on next, and there's the Icelandair Boeing 737 MAX 8 in 1-200, same registration, the price is $100.95, so we're getting like the Iceland MAX 8 in 1-400 and 1-200. Now, just give it a while to load. I know I'm kind of like in a location where internet's kind of like a little bit poor, but yeah, what can you do about it? Regardless enough. Oh, there we go. So just give it a few moments to show you the full image. And there we go. So here's the MAX 8 in 1-200. Looking pretty nice. Once again, I think colors should appear more better in like darker conditions. Of course, this is Photoshop, so you can see why. Alright, so we have that. Next up we have is a KLM Boeing 737-700. Right here. Price is $195, same for the Iceland Max 8, and the registration is Papa Hotel, Bravo Gulf, India. And there she is, of course, looking pretty nice, as always. So yeah, for you Netherlands collectors, Dutch collectors, this is a pretty good model to have. Alright, so next up in our list we have another KLM 737-700 with the flaps down configuration. So yeah, once again, same registration, flaps down. And the price is $104.95. So yeah, nothing pretty much of a difference here except for those flaps down configuration. But yeah, so that's that. Next up we have a Lufthansa 787-9 Dreamliner right here. The registration of this aircraft is Charlie Bravo Golf Mike, and the price is $156.95. So they did release this in 1/400 as part of like the June releases, and now they're having this model in this release set in 1/200. So yeah, once again, the Lufthansa 787 is pretty interesting. Just give it a few moments. This image has to load. I know it really takes a really long time for this thing to load, but regardless, still waiting. If it doesn't load for too long, then I'm just like gonna skip that and move on. Alrighty, so here's the full image of the aircraft. Once again, pretty nice model for you South American collectors, and yeah. So now we're gonna be like moving on downward, and we do have a Lufthansa Cargo Boeing 777F right here. This was also released as part of the June releases in 1/400, and the registration of this aircraft is Delta Alpha Lima Foxtrot Alpha, and the price is $153.95. So yeah, there it is right there. And we also do have the flaps down configuration right here. So let me just pull that up, and same registration, except it's like $159.95. So I think that's a $6 price increase. So yeah, that is a $6 price increase. So yeah, there's that. Also interactive, of course. Now we move on. I think the Qantas A380 should be in this release set, I think. Yes, it is. The Qantas Airbus A380 makes it into the 1/200 sector right here. And there she is. And of course, the 1/200 model Airbus A380 is huge, I tell you that. So the registration of this aircraft is Victor Hotel, Oscar Quebec Bravo, and the price is nearly $200 in $191.95. So very big price, and like I said, this is almost $200 for an A380 1/200 model. So very expensive. And of course, I think the last aircraft in this release set is a United States Air Force Boeing C-17 Globemaster in the Mississippi Air National Guard. This one's for the Mississippi Air National Guard. That's what I meant to say. So just give this a while to load, and there she is. There's like all small bits of the rectangle. And yeah, there it is. So yeah, so that is that for you. So the price for this model is $137.95, and the registration of this aircraft is 0331190. And once again, this is in the Mississippi Air National Guard. And yeah, so I guess that's it for this release set. Nope, we got one more, I think. I think this should be one more, but we do have another United States Air Force aircraft, and this is a Boeing E-4B. And this is the Airborne Command Post. I think this should be... Oh! Wait a minute! Hang on, this is the Doomsday plane! This is actually the Doomsday plane! Oh my god, whoa! Holy cow! Wow, that is interesting right there, folks. We do have the E-4B Doomsday plane in this release set in 1/200, so that is pretty cool. So the registration of that aircraft is 750125, and the price is $216.95. And I think that's because of all the modifications for this aircraft. But regardless enough, wow, that is something I did not expect in this release set. Ooh, they also got like is that actually like the wire things? That is so cool. Wow, pretty interesting. And I think that should be it. Yep, that is it. So overall, I would say the GeminiJets July / August release set. How do I even word this right now? I'm like, it's not all that great, but it's kind of like, once again, this is kind of like a medium tier ranking for a release set. Of course, we got that United 737 MAX 8 in the Being United livery. That's a model I may get, and I'm really glad on how like these. I'm pretty much glad on how these releases are set out. I mean, I would love for more American models, but if you get like this, you got like that United model, so pretty much it's pretty nice. It's pretty much nice on how I don't have to spend too much money on a release set. But regardless enough, I'm kind of like, I would say this is an okay release set. I mean, like, once again, it is a medium tier ranking release set, so not all surprised. I'm not all surprised with all these models that came here. We still don't have a Delta E175, which once again, GeminiJets, I would never stop saying this in one of my most of my airport updates, but we really do need a Delta E175 right now. And yeah, I don't know what GeminiJets will actually do it, but regardless enough, we just have to wait and see. As for like the Iceland MAX 8s, these are pretty interesting releases. I know like the 1400s are overshadowed by Lufthansa models, but I'm okay. At least it's not Emirates like what GeminiJets likes to do. But yeah, at least we got some Lufthansa stuff. Perfect for all you German collectors. And yeah, so for the 1400s are about okay. I think the Ameristar DC-9 is pretty interesting if you're like a retro collector. And the Breeze A220-300, pretty nice. And yeah. So overall, I think that will do for this video. So once again, it is an okay GeminiJets release set, and pretty much I'm going to be sticking with the United MAX 8 as a model I'll be purchasing. So yeah, that's it for today's video, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on that post notification bell so you won't miss a video like this anytime soon. So yeah, that is it for today's video, and I will see you guys next time. Anyways, good night.